secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The give to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Looking to throw, it's Yoder. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This offense knew coming into this game it was not going to be easy throwing against this defense. They're at the top of virtually every major statistical category when it comes to pass D, and the quarterback just found out the hard way, throwing a pick on the opening drive.
From the gun, running back on the move. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to pass. Quickly complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
He'll bring it out. It's Harper. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here.
simple, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing at the wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Back to throw, it's Yoder. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The Tigers come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw on third down. He's got it. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He'll field the punt. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Rides to the back and leaves it. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from a defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Muscling ahead on third and short. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. Maybe just a shade out of their field goal range, so they'll lead the offense out there on fourth down. He'll pull it on the read. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now.
And that is picture perfect by this quarterback. Nice job running the option, seeing he's not covered. Nobody's taking him. They didn't play that responsibility, and he chews up yards and makes the huge play.
It's first and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. And it's picked off right at the goal line. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Power football with the run. At the 15, he's loose. He's into the open down the middle. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped just an open alley for that back. I don't think he was touched once before the tackle.
So he wouldn't even been down in 2 untouched?
No. That's the thing about this offense. You think you've got them backed up, and then you don't. 1st and 10 from inside the 50. They'll try the run. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him. Auburn lines up quickly.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
To the air, it's Yoder. Quickly out to the tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers with the 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Etienne. Blast is way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. The quick out. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first down. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
The Tigers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They go to the ground. Powers through the defender. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue! Cricket!
Looking to throw, it's Yoder. Unleashes to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Alabama endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Bryant-Denny Stadium, and the Tide came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They think there's room to run to the right here. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Rushes on him. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down.
You know what, Reese, it is a great play, and I think they were in nickel, so they brought an extra guy on the field that has some speed, take a linebacker that's a little bit slower off the field, and you could see it paid dividends on that 3rd down.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again.
42, Spider.
Hands it off on the counter. Creates a little space. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. The Tigers, dating to the days of Shook Jordan and Pat Dye, love to keep the ball on the ground.
And the stadium goes nuts, and the eagle flies, and everybody's happy. Run the football, win football games. It's good times on the plains.
Oh, better look out. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Clouds ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Looking downfield, it's Yoder. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for once.
The Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
Really good job there on the pitch and catch. You think about Texas A&M and their ability to recruit receivers in recent years. It's been about as good as anybody, I think. You think about names like Mike Evans, Christian Kirk. They're getting guys not just in the state of Texas, but nationally that want to come to College Station and they want to catch passes in this offense. They knows they gives them a chance to play on Sundays, and this guy, I think, is going to be one of those guys that we're seeing playing in the league.
A&M comes back out with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Hauls it in. On the move at the 30. Touchdown, Aggies. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Auburn offense. On the one hand, it's good to get points, but you can't keep settling for field goals on these drives if you want to win the football game. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
From the gun, the running back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Yoder. Throws for the tight end. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
Keeps it on the bootleg. That's caught. It's far forward. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. Got enough space. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. A strike downfield. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Fires to the wideout. Lost, the defense is wide open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. From the gun. Give on the inside. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Davidson. And he won't quite get there. But, boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. They'll try to run for it. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Tigers will hustle to the line.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down, and what do they do right away? Right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
Quick completion on the outbound. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Takes a snap, wants to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here.
Military stunt.
They want to throw it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Etienne. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. It is good. Had to settle for the field goal.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Texas A&M going up tempo. Looking to throw on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Now improvising. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Offense, quick tempo. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Touchdown, Aggies! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Arizona State is currently trailing but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jake Plummer, this might not be over just yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to TCU. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Got his man. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Give to the running back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. Oh, he's got some space. Got the first down and more. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
They'll give it to him again. Finding open areas. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Wants to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They'll run it from the gun. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
With the catch, it's Carr. There he goes. Touchdown, Aggies! And the pummeling has started. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again.
Let's go! Let's go!
Wants to go up top on first down. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
That's the story today in this game. The coverage defensively has been so good. They seem to always be in the back pocket of these intended targets, and they swat another pass away incomplete.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Aggies come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got his man quickly. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
The give to the back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Oh, it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders ever. It's a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
So here comes the Auburn offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Connection to the right. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Motion from the back. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got it in the middle, it's Davidson. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tigers. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Arizona State is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jake Plummer, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by just 4 to TCU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it. This one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They'll give it to the back. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
And the Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He's going to run it. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
To the air on 1st down. With the catch, it's Shelton.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Time to take a shot. Makes a catch at the 20. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got it behind the line. It's Barber. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short, making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They're dealing with a second and long. Here's the handoff. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He's got an open man. Touchdown, Aggies. And the route is on.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Texas A&M, 42. Auburn, 16.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
First and 10.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Right on the money. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few. Auburn lines up quickly.
Brings up second down.
All right, offense. Keep pushing the ball down the field.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Auburn.
The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Breaks into the open. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Might as well give it to him again. They pick up half of it. It'll be second and 5. They want to get this defense on its heels.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Going to swing it on second down. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Oh, they're after him. intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Plows through the defense. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. DB's right up on the receivers. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Oh, man, the big fellas, they usually have the soft hands. Your security blanket is your tight end, but that one hit him in the hands, and he just couldn't pull it in.
Couldn't find his man last time. That leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Carr. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long.
Music no. Music no. Press.
Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Caught over the middle. It's Carr. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
One of the things I love about this wide receiver, it's not all bombs and posts and go routes. 3rd and long, you just kind of run him not too far down the field. He makes the catch, and he's so dangerous, making moves, using his speed and elusiveness. He finds a way to get that first down and keep the offense on the field.
This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Texas A&M. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he puts through the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Michigan came through with a lunch pail, hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact this wasn't ever really in question. Really unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup, and the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds a tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
At the 30-yard line. Now, a 4th down.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll move the wide receiver. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
And the Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The inside handoff. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
And nice job on 2nd down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain.